Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, citizens of all ages, welcome back to Star Citizen, and ooh, buttery smooth frames. What is going on here? I'm at about 45 frames right now. And this is magic. So, I got out of work today, and driving home, and opened up my phone, and I'm reading as I'm traveling home like I normally do. Yeah, I multitask, I know. And somebody commented on my video. A guy named Marcellus, which if you're watching, props to you, bro. Shoots me a comment and has some nice things to say. Says he's a elite dangerous player. Just found out about Star Citizen, and he was surprised to see one of my videos on someone's Twitter. I was like, holy shit, that's so cool. Someone shared my vid. I felt honored. And then he followed it up by saying, I think this person has a severe mental illness that he's dealing with. And immediately, before I even had to go any further, I could put two and two together, and I knew. I just knew it was our little gremlin buddy, Derek Smart. So, apparently I've made it, because he shared my video. I should start popping bottles. I've come up. This guy's like attempting to use my footage as a naysay. Well, I'd like to see him try to use this footage, because I am most certainly online, and aside from a couple of small frame drops here and there, it's actually running decently. And it looks a lot better than his Flash game, Flash level game. Like seriously, it looks like it's something that you would play like in a browser. And I find it so funny that dude projects his disappointments about his game onto this one. A game that, according to him, is completed and is playable, but he has to give out keys to people in order for it to get play, and even then, it doesn't. A game that was removed from Steam, not taken down by his own hand, removed from Steam by Valve. Now, the fact that Digital Homicide was able to keep their games up until they started trying to sue people, and then Valve took it down, that should tell you a lot. And if you don't know who Digital Homicide is, I urge you with all of my being to go find Jim Sterling's page and type in his search bar Digital Homicide. I beg of you, because they are the epitome of scam artists, and their games were up longer than his. Another really funny fun fact, Derek Smart doesn't understand what seamless transitioning and seamless loading is. It is hilarious. I can say, if I had his proficiency, well, his lack of proficiency, and then I saw something like Star Citizen, and the amount of money and attention that it's garnering, and it's not even complete, and it's still in early alpha, I'd be pretty salty too. I'd be like, what the fuck? What? Why am I so shitty? You know? It's almost comical. Well, not almost. It is comical. And I feel like I've made it. And it's weird, because I thought this would happen much farther down the road. But dude, like, already trying to like pick a fight, kinda. Well, maybe not necessarily, but he's got one now. Well, That is until the little pussy-ass bitch blocks me because he has, you know, nothing of substance to say back. Nothing true. Basically all he can do is just bitch, cry, piss and moan. And he's gotten really good at that. And it's funny because when you even ask him like the slightest thing about the game, like why does it do this, he gets super defensive, which is a clear indication that he is unhappy about it. It's gold. I highly suggest you look at the video I posted earlier because it's good. There are some references in there to other videos that you need to go see. Oh my god. It's hilarious. It's legitimately hilarious. The cult of smart have been trying to invade my videos and say mean, bad things about the game. And yet, you know, given the option to play Line of Defense or E.T., the Atari game, E.T. would win. You know, the one that they literally dumped in a landfill in Mexico to try to wipe off the Earth? Yeah. In fact, I would rather play that than Line of Defense. I've seen footage. Hell, I'm about to pirate his game just to get footage of it, because I sure as shit ain't gonna buy it. Although, I'm sure if I told him, hey, I want to play your game and make videos, he'd probably give me a key anyway, you know? It's not like he's going to be able to sell any keys anyway. So, who knows? Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll just be like, hey, Derek, I'm gonna make a video. No, I can't. I guarantee you by the time, this video goes up, I'll be blocked. But it's okay, because I got my licks in. I was able to say to him on his page what I wanted to, and make a response video, and then make a response to my response video. Because, in the words of Tupac, Derek, fuck you and the clique you claim. In the face. Oh, with a hammer. Yeah. I said that. And I mean it. I really, really do. I really hope he gets ass cancer. Just because he's so cancerous as a human being. So, pretty sure, though, it was my fault. I did say his name 3 times, and just like Beetlejuice or Bloody Mary, you say his name 3 times, and he shows up, and, you know, just starts crying and pissing all over the place, and goes into the corner, and starts mumbling incoherencies about Chris Roberts, you know, how he wishes he had Sandy. That asshole actually went out of his way to attack Sandy, like, of all people. Like, what kind of, like, pussy attacks a woman who's literally just doing her job? Like, okay, attack, you know, the president, CEO of a company, you know, if you don't like what they're doing, fine. Well, not attack, you know, criticize. Criticism is totally cool. But dude legitimately has a hard-on for Chris Roberts and this game. I actually think he might be closeted, and he just can't deal with the feelings that he has for Chris Roberts. You know he is a backer. Derek Smart is a backer of Star Citizen. In fact, ironically, dude is a concierge backer. That means he's put at least $1,000 into this game. How do I know? Oh, great question, I'll tell you. I was skulking around his page back right around Thanksgiving, when that concierge email went out, dude actually admitted, straight out, flat out admitted that he's concierge. This dude has a legitimate mental illness. Legitimately. What kind of, like, psychopath sits there and says, oh, this is the worst thing ever, it's a scam, and da-da-da-da, and fucking buys into it? I'll tell you. Pathological schizophrenics. And what's the word? They used to call old-fashioned loony bins. There was a word for it.
Proximity alert overhead.
Oh, what was it? Anyway, long story short, thank you, Derek, for the extra views on my video. Really helped out. Love you, boo. Oh my god. Too funny. So, now that I got my secondary rant out of the way, let's get to the gameplay. Still sitting right about 30 frames. I'm surprised. The game hasn't patched since the last time I played, so I don't know if maybe they finagled some system resources. I don't know, maybe if they opened up some more servers. Whatever you did, Sig, keep up the good work, just like always. Don't let these crybaby naysayers throw you off. You know what you're doing, and you know you're doing it well. Keep on keeping on. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Oh my god, I'm so giddy. I'm gonna stop talking about it soon, but I'm so giddy that this guy posted one of my videos. I can't wait until the cult of smart starts showing up, and then I start asking, you know, oh, so what's your favorite part about Line of Defense? How many hours do you have on your Steam profile on it? Oh, that's right. Oh. That flight model, though, of his quote-unquote game, hilarious. His Flash game really is funny to watch. Like, have you ever watched two monkeys go at it? It's almost as comical as that. Like, you know the video where the monkey smells his finger and then falls out of the tree? That's basically Line of Defense. And Derek Smart is the ground that the monkey falls on. It just falls flat. So, yeah, I really can't believe I've made it. I'm such a small channel and I've made it. And like, the fact that dude would basically, you know, try to use my video against me is kind of like me trying to go up against Board Gamer. It's like, dude, I have no fucking chance. But like, in the terms of like Derek Smart trying to go up against Chris Roberts, that's a better way to put it. That would be like me trying to talk shit about Board Gamer or Noobifier. It's like, dude, you are nowhere near the same level. You know? I want to be, just like Derek Smart wishes so bad that he was Chris Roberts. I wish I was on the league of Board Gamer. He seems like a cool dude. I would definitely hang out with him. Seems funny. Same with Noobifier. He seems like a really chill guy. Him, STL, Youngblood, Failure to Report. What's that other girl? What's that girl's name? Batgirl or something? Nikki. She's cool too. I like her. I watch their videos. But it's like he's literally got so little going on in his life. He's like, he literally just sits on Twitter all day, just jerking it to Chris. And it's like creepy. Like, it's one thing to criticize, it's one thing to not like something, but he's literally, his life revolves around being a negative Nancy. He must have an epic amount of sand in his vagina. Like, more than Daymar. The accumulative of Daymar is yet but a fraction. Okay, I think I've said everything I wanted to say. Oh, no, I didn't. No, a couple more things. He doesn't understand what seamless loading / transitions are. I urge you to find the video that is suspiciously titled. I'll leave it at that. It should be pretty recent next to this one. Oh, if I can aim at this guy. I want you to find that video and watch it. And if you've got the time, track down the videos that I was showing, because one of them, which is long, is very telling about the aptitude or lack thereof that this guy has, or for a better term, devoid of. Now I think I'm done. At least until the next time dude talks shit and tries to act like a big boy. So, switching gears, let's try to get back into some good gameplay, good fun. Wash all this negativity off. Boost fraba. Doing some combat missions. I've got to say, it definitely feels like the weapons might have gone up a little bit, which is really nice. A little bit of combat there. So I thought maybe I would do a slight, how would you call it? Slight kind of walkthrough on one of my favorite armor sets in the game currently. In fact, let me just turn off. One of the cool things with 3.0 is the armor system. And with the armor system, you now don't have to wear, whoops, let's see if I can actually do this right. You don't have to wear just one singular suit. You can now piecemeal your armor together. Now, me personally, my favorite armor has been the Gray Dust Up. I don't know, something about it, it's got that cool kind of aggressive look to it, but it's not too heavy, not too light. It is medium armor, gives a nice balance of protection and mobility, and it just looks damn cool, if I do say so myself. If you're interested in this armor, you can actually pick it up at Grim Hex, along with the, what I call the Tusken Raider armor, which, you know what? I'll show you the quote, Tusken Raider armor, while I'm at it. I know that's not what it's called. I think it's like Micro Scale Weave is what its official name is. Basically, it was the Nomad armor in the Homestead demo back in, I think it was 2016. So, Microid Battlesuit. So let me get the arms, the legs, and last but not least, the helmet. Now, this is the Nomad / what I like to call Tusken Raider armor. It has, in my opinion, a very Star Wars, well, Tusken Raider feel. It's got this really cool fabric on it. Let me see if I can get into the light a little bit better. It's got this really cool fabric effect. A little tight inside of the Vanguard. And I believe this is also a medium armor, or it's a light armor, because I don't think the legs really have anything. It's more like an undersuit. But it's actually got some decent camouflage colors. It's got like the brown for sand, a little bit of green in there. And I'm actually really stoked that this armor has finally made it into the game. Also, can be picked up at Grimhex if you are so interested. They also have the heavy outlaw armor at Grimhex, as well as the other, I think it was the Calico armor and the other dust up, which was like the orange dust up that you get in what was it, Star Marine. And as you can see, I can literally piecemeal things together. So if I like the helmet or the legs, or actually the way that I was having it for a little bit, I had the dust up helmet with that, and then for the legs I did the dust up as well, and kind of had like a little bit of a cape. So just to kind of, oh Jesus, why did that almost kill? Oh, because I'm in the back. I don't think the back is pressurized. So as you can see, as stated, you can piecemeal it together. So if you like one piece from a certain armor and you like a different piece from another, you now have the ability to mix and match. And it is a great function. It definitely adds to the customization. I mean, you can really, you know, now make these armor sets your own. You don't have to look like everybody else. You can if you'd like. You can also try to distinguish yourself. You know, you could throw together literally any armors, or any pieces at least of the armors. And I have to say, so far, those two are probably my favorite medium armor builds. For heavy armor, I'm actually pretty privy, I guess, to the marine armor. I like that more than the outlaw, just because the outlaw one, I don't know, the helmet kind of reminds me of, like, well, actually, this isn't a bad thing, but the helmet of the heavy outlaw reminds me of the guy, or the aliens from XCOM 2. If you know what I'm talking about, then 25 points to you, because XCOM's a great game. If you don't, I highly suggest you look into it. Again, great game. Now, another thing that I like that has also been recently introduced is the weapons now have skins and camo. The P48 and the P8, what was it, V, now have different camouflages on them. So you can get a camo that is like a subdued urban, digital subdued urban, which is like the black and gray. They have one that's just pure white. They have, what was the other one? I think it was like a navy camo, but it was also digital, so I think it was blue. Don't quote me on that. I could be just thinking I saw that, but I'm pretty certain I saw blue, digital, and the subdued digital. Excuse me. Oopsies. They also have the railgun, the L86 ballistic pistol, and I think I saw the Devastator and Castek weapons also with skins on there for camouflage and stuff. And I really like that they are adding in these extra layers of customization now. You can definitely tell that they are really focusing on a more customized, more personalized idea, and I'm all for it. Shut up and take my money. Oh, if only Derek heard those words, maybe he'd be able to sleep at night. Poor guy. He's kind of like when you see a mentally challenged person, and you just kind of feel bad. No real reason, you know, not like they're in a hard time, but it's just, you're just like, oh, you poor thing. You're trying so hard. Good for you. You keep at it, little guy. You know? It's cute. Oh, man. Missed. But yeah, so far, I mean, the frames, granted, they're not at the level I would like them to be, but they are much better than they were the previous few days, which really I'm stoked about. Baby steps. This is what I mean. Like, I'm literally seeing progress being made. Whoops, someone just hit me. I am literally seeing progress being made on this game almost on the daily. Unlike some people who basically just make shit, put it out into the ether, and try to, you know, scam and fool people by saying that they have a full game when it can't even connect and it has visuals from 1995 and animations from 1992 and servers from 1984. And nah, I'm not gonna say that last one. That last one's gonna be a little mean. Oh. Yeah, let me take out this ship and I'll get back to my point. It's just, this is fun. Words Derek Smarts never heard when playing his game, quote unquote game. His Flash application, because that's what it looks like. Okay, alright, I'm gonna stop picking on him now. Now I feel like I'm going a little too far. But like I said, man, I mean, like, really, if I was in his shoes, I'd be pretty jealous of Star Citizen 2. I mean, people are literally lining up and spending paychecks, like whole paychecks, and like are eager to do it. I'd be jealous as hell too if I made, quote, a game that was, quote, in the same genre and category, and it was nowhere near as popular as the guy doing, quote, the same game in the same, quote, genre. You know? It's jealousy. And Derek, green is not a good color for you, bro. Although, I'm sure he hasn't seen green in a very long time. I mean, it must really suck having to give out keys to your game and still not getting any play. I mean, that's gotta hurt. That's gotta really hurt. Meanwhile, there's this game that's still in what I would still kind of consider way early alpha, that leagues and leagues of people are basically fumbling over themselves to get into. Now, I will admit, there are some aspects about SIG and Star Citizen and their marketing that I'm not a fan of. And I'll say it, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I didn't like how they portrayed 3.0 in the subsequent videos leading up to its PTU release because, oh Jesus, because in my opinion, some of the videos gave the appearance that it was in a much further along state. Granted, they did have videos stating the opposite. However, pictures speak louder than words, and the pictures that they were showing gave a different impression. Now, I hate to say this, but in that one aspect, that one teeny, tiny, little aspect, I can understand A, some of the frustration, and B, some of the where it would come from, all the naysayers and the negativity. I can see where it comes from. Oh shit. I can understand that does make sense. But I would love you to compare this to this not finished game to a quote finished line of defense. I dare you. Play both, because they both actually. Funny enough, Star Citizen actually has better stability. I think I'm going to find a way to get my hands on Line of Defense just to do a Let's Play, so I can get a full grasp of the delusions that this guy is under, because I feel like that's something you just have to experience to get a full picture of, you know? It's not something that you can, like, watch. It's kind of like Star Citizen. You really do have to play it to get the full experience. You know, watching it, oh, that's great, and you can see, whoopsies, you can see a lot about it. But I think I'm gonna work on that next. That should be what? $1, maybe $2, right? I'll buy it. I'll give him the $2. Frame drop. That's gross. A couple of people here. I think I'm gonna... Oh, Jesus. Getting a little rough. I feel like it's due to all the action that's going on at the moment. See if that gets him. Ah, just missed. Gotcha, bitch. Alright. Oh man. Okay, now it's becoming a little crazy. A little crazy, bruh. See if I can not slam into any of these fine foes. Oh god, that's the wreckage. Oh. Shit. Alright, now... Oh, shite. I can now feel rubber banding occurring. I hope the server doesn't go down. And you know, it's funny, I've actually been dealing with a lot more naysayers and a lot more negative Nancys as of late, and I really feel like they're just screaming for attention. You know, it's very "notice me, senpai, notice me" type of thing. And it's hilarious because they say things. And I'm not just talking about Derek now. I'm actually moving on. I think I'm done talking about dumbass, Mr. Smart, whatever. But other people were saying, they commented on that video that he posted, "Oh, time for a refund," and saying things sarcastically like, "PC gaming saved." And it's like, well, yeah, actually, especially compared to Line of Defense, because SIG isn't under the thumb of a publisher who is going to force them to push out an unfinished product. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit of time to get it completed, but the way that I see it, look at Mass Effect Andromeda. All I want to say is look at Mass Effect Andromeda, because Mass Effect Andromeda is a perfect example of why you can't rush these things. You need to give them time. And really, we, the backers, have spoken. We've heard Chris's description of the game, what he wants to do, and much like you, or if you haven't bought Star Citizen yet, if you haven't bought in and you're still thinking about it, that's fine. You don't have to. There are a ton of people who have seen it and believe in the dream. The good thing about this type of project is you are not obligated to buy into it. You are more than allowed to, you know, watch from the sidelines and see how the project evolves. And if it becomes something that you like, or if they're doing something that you're like, hey, that's cool, I want to be a part of that. Oh my Jeebus. Is that a Herald? No, I think it's a Cuddy. If you eventually see that this is something that you want to buy into, then you can. You know, and I think there's a huge misconception, and I might have proliferated it a little bit accidentally, in that it seems like some people think you need to spend buku bucks on the game just to get in, play, and have fun. And I'm here to tell you that couldn't be further from the truth. All you need is about 60 bucks. Oh shit. All you need is about $60, and you actually will then get 2 games. You'll get the MMO, Star Citizen, and you can get the single-player campaign, Squadron 42, which they are going to be doing a live stream of that gameplay. I think they said on the 21st? And again, every now and then Star Citizen has free fly weekends during like the fall, where all you need to do is go to their site, sign up to make an account, basically just give your email, pick out a username, oh my god, and get in. Now, some people are gonna say, oh well, look how bad this is. And it's like, well, yeah, it's in alpha. It's in development. That's what a test is. This is the public test server. Which, if you don't know what that means, things are being tested. in this server. It's already been explicitly stated that, why am I spinning like that? It has been explicitly stated this is not the live build. This is literally for testing purposes, so we can get it at, well, not we, so they can get it out to a wider audience. And if you're too dense to understand what that is and what that means, you got bigger problems, my friend. Much, much bigger problems. And speaking of, my frames are terrible. But again, they upped, I think, the player count by about 10. So I think we're back up to like 50. Which is literally double what the previous build had. Ah, why can't I get in? Hold on. So the fact that there are 50 concurrent players is far more than what line of defense could ever possibly hope to achieve. And yeah, you know what, it's janky, but that's what an alpha is. Line of defense is a released, full, quote unquote game. So what's your excuse, line of defense? Alright, let's go planet side. Go see what kind of shenanigans we can get into there. Let's go check out Levski. I'd be curious to see how the performance is in this patch online. Oh, and also, I just want to say to everybody who participated, who watched and engaged the live streams from the other day, thank you very much. That was so much fun. You guys are the best. I had so much fun. I was laughing. We were making memes. Went and saw the Javelin. And then I had a slight power outage, so the thing just kind of cut off, which sucks. But, you know, circumstances beyond my control. And no, it wasn't like outage like the game crashed. Like, I actually had a power outage, electricity gone. So that's why it kind of ended so abruptly. But luckily, I was saying thank you, and I think it was to Meduso, right? Because he had to go, and he was on for like the whole time, and it wasn't until I looked back, I was streaming for like 4 hours, and most of you guys, I want to say, was sticking around or watching for the entire time. I salute thee. Hats off to you. Thank you. I really can't say how much I appreciate and love all of you. Like, and to you guys, no homo. Maybe a little. I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But really, I love all of you guys platonically. And girls platonic. Well, no, I like girls. Anyway, thank you all. I love all of you in a friend way. Maybe a little more. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. Take me out to dinner. Sorry, mandatory Mountain Dew break. It's in my contract. But I just wanted to say thank you very much. You guys really made it a blast. And it actually went over better than I was anticipating. Granted, we hit some snags, a couple of roadblocks here and there. I had to do a little bit of fuckery to get everything working in the way that I wanted it. Unfortunately, that avenue has since passed, so I won't be able to leverage that again, at least for the foreseeable future. But that's not to say that the streams in and of themselves are going to stop. I'm looking into a way to try to up the frame rates. I'm thinking it might have something to do with my internet, because I've noticed a couple of people who have basically the same exact specs, if not actually a little bit less, who get better performance. So I'm looking actively into ways to see if I can squeeze a little bit more performance